Hey guys, Pinobi here, bringing you another Yu-Gi-Oh! Decklist video. It's been a while since I've uploaded a video period, let alone a Yu-Gi-Oh! Decklist video. So yeah, let's just go ahead and get into this. It's going to be a 6 Samurai decklist because my last 6 Samurai decklist was last format, I believe. It was also when I didn't have all of the best cards to make the deck as optimal as possible. This isn't my main deck or anything, so I'll tell you a couple things you could do to perhaps make it just a little bit better if you're not playing a more budget build like this. But overall, it's pretty good, and one of the main reasons that I wanted to do 6 Samurai is because they're getting a lot of support soon, and it's like really broken support. You can go look it up for yourselves if you want. It's probably on Shriek and Pojo and stuff like that, but a bunch of new 6 Samurais and support cards that are just going to be ridiculously broken. So the price of 6 Samurai cards, like Grandmaster and Gateway especially, is going to skyrocket. So I'm just telling you guys now, you might want to get a hold of your 6 Sam stuff, get it together, keep it, because I guarantee you the price will go up, although Gateway will probably get limited eventually. But anyway, let's just go ahead and get into it. For the monsters, I believe it's only 17 monsters. It's actually a really low monster list. 2 Great Shogun Shien. I prefer playing him at 2 as opposed to 3. He's just one of those cards that can be dead draw, and you search out monsters pretty quickly in this deck with Gateway, so you know, you have a higher chance of drawing into him anyway, so you should be okay. 3 Grandmaster. Obviously, he's just like an amazing card. Special summon him when you have a 6 Samurai monster. Easiest way to abuse Gateway and 6 Sam United. 3 Zanji, just because he has 1800 attack, he's like the beat stick of the deck. Sorry if the lighting's a little weird. It's natural lighting, because it's like 1 in the afternoon, 2 in the afternoon, which is a little early for me to be making videos. I'm normally a night owl kind of guy. But yeah, next 3 Irou. He's the second highest attack, so it kind of makes sense to me, at least, to run him at 3, especially because everyone's playing Raikos and stuff like that this format. So, really great way to get rid of that, get rid of hamsters, get rid of stuff that you book a moon. 1 hand, ideally you'd probably want to play 2, but I only own 1, so you could take out like 1 Zanji or 1 Irou and instead play a second hand if you'd prefer. Really good card, especially broken with, there's like a little bit of a loop you can do with Gateway of the 6 Samurai. So yeah, we've got 1 Kamon, just because you can get rid of a lot of stuff. If you're playing Mirror Match, I would probably suggest you actually play a second Kamon, maybe take out an Nisashi for a second Kamon, just to blow up Gateways and 6 Sam Uniteds if they dare to leave it on the field. And it's just a great way to get rid of field spells like Gravekeeper, get rid of Necro Valley. Stall decks is a good reason to side an extra Kamon as well. Get rid of Gravity Binds and level limits. 1 Nisashi, partially just for the name. He's also a double attacker if you have another 6 Samurai on your side of the field, which is nice. All their effects, of course, work if it's a 6 Samurai of a different name, so it is good to at least have 1. There are some builds with like Cunning of the 6 Samurai and stuff like that that utilize Nisashi a little better, including my old version where I ran a United We Stand, actually, which is a very unseen card, but yeah. 1 Nisashi. 2 Yaichi, really amazing card, 1300 attack, so it ducks under Bottomless. You can blow up a face-down spell or trap. Just a really good card. Works well with a lot of stuff in the deck. 1 Spirit, just because it's a good card to search out with Gateway. It's a good card to equip to your Grandmaster. It's just nice to be able to get free pluses, so it can work pretty well since this deck has good field control once it, you know, swarms. 1 Rhoda, just to get whatever, you know, you need. Always nice to have options, always nice to get a little bit of speed, get a little bit more out of the deck so you can draw into your Gateways. 3 Gateway of the 6 Samurai. This card is the most broken card in the deck, in my opinion. I'm sure you guys are all familiar with its effect, but let me read it verbatim. Each time a 6 Samurai monster is normal or special summoned, place 2 Bushido counters on this card. You can remove Bushido counters from your side of the field to apply the following effects. 2 counters. Until the end phase of the turn, 1 6 Samurai monster or Shien effect monster gains 500 attack. 4 counters, add 1 6 samurai monster from your deck or graveyard to your hand. 6 counters, special summon 1 Shien effect monster from your graveyard. Now, I don't know why they feel like they have to exclude Shien normal monsters. It's kind of like funny to me. But the point is, the second effect, removing 4 counters to basically be a Rhoda. Well, not a Rhoda, to be a Rhoda for 6 Sams. You know, search a 6 Sam from your deck or graveyard. Really, I cannot emphasize enough broken effect. Play Gateway, summon a monster, summon a Grandmaster, search a monster from your deck. Next turn, summon the monster, either get a boost or summon another or get like another Grandmaster and summon, replace your current Grandmaster. I do believe that works. I have to actually look that up though. But just really amazing card. Works very well with hand and everything else. So yeah, next we've got 3 6 Samurai United. Once again, really broken card. If you do manage to draw a Grandmaster and a 6 Samurai with these, which is pretty easy to do considering the build, it's almost like a Pot of Greed, more conditional. But yeah, you know, whenever you summon a 6 Samurai monster, it gets a counter, max 2. You can offer it off to draw however many cards were on it, or draw how many counters were on it. So basically, you want to draw for 2. Sometimes you draw for 1. Just a really amazing card. Pretty much if you go first and you draw like a 6 Sam United, a 6 Samurai monster, a Grandmaster, and like a Gateway, you pretty much won. 2 Book of Moon. Some people like playing Book at 3 in 6 Sams. Some people don't play it at all, which is, I don't know. 6 Sams kind of need the extra support. 6 Sams are a very field control type of deck because you need to be able to set up, you need to be able to swarm, you need to be able to build up your counters to get your pluses. It's almost like, you know, your whirlwind for 6 Sams when you play Gateway. You just kind of need Book to protect your stuff. It's good to stop synchro shenanigans, particularly Black Rose can kind of mess up this deck, getting rid of all your continuous stuff. Just, you know, really good card, especially, you know, with a row, you can get auto destruction on annoying monsters like Colossal Fighter or something, or like Reaper. So yeah, 1 Monster Reborn, just a staple, good way to abuse counters. 1 Dark Hole, just again, staple. 1 Swords of Revealing Light. This is an interesting choice. It's kind of a tech for this deck. Swords of Revealing Light is not a very popular card, like, you know, in the metagame. I would even say it's kind of a bad card. But for 6 Sams, it sort of actually works. Now, you might want to play, like, I don't know, Pot of Duality or something like that over this if you're playing not budget. But this card actually works for 6 Sams. It lets you get safe summons, build up counters, pull off your gateways. It lets you save your, you know, Yaichis or your whatever for a turn to summon your second 6 Samurai to start getting your effects off. So even though it is a -1, because you're wasting this card, your opponent wastes no cards, and then, you know, in 3 turns, you lose this card, so you kind of go -1. It makes up for itself pretty easily. Wow, someone just called me. Anyway, next we've got 2 Bottomless Trap Hole. Staple, pretty essential. 1 Torrential Tribute, also, you know, staple. Especially because, in 6 Sams, sometimes you'll kind of get, like, these cloggy hands where you might draw, like, Gateways and Shogun Shiens and Grandmasters, but you just haven't drawn your, you know, basic 6 Samurai monster. So sometimes you'll sit like that for 1 or 2 turns before you go off, so Torrential is a nice, you know, card to keep you semi-safe. Mirror Force, kind of the same thing. It works sort of like Swords. It's just monster protection so that you can, you know, go off. Deprison, once again, works sort of the same. Also gets rid of annoying things like Stardust. Gets rid of just, you know, annoying monsters that have destruction negation and things like that. 2 Compulse. Pretty much in this format, synchroing is very popular. Also, it's good because they try to destroy your 6 Samurai. You can bounce it back to your hand, resummon it, get more counters. So it works especially well in this deck. Good to keep your field control up, lets you abuse Yaichi's effect and things like that. Just continuously lets you get that chip damage. You know, like I said, pretty much lets you do more counter abuse, gets rid of synchros, all that good stuff. 1 Solemn. Pretty much, like I said, field control deck, so it's already a staple, but in a field control deck it's even more so. 2 Trap Stun. pretty much just to stop their bottomlesses, stop maybe if they run dust tornadoes on your gateways, pretty much just stop mirror force, torrential, big field wipers, all that good stuff. And then one Starlight Road, pretty much because you're always going to have like 2 spell or trap cards on the field, so any like nuking effect like Black Rose you can negate. Really good because you're usually going to have multiple monsters on the field like once you play your big plays, so it stops torrential, it stops mirror force, it stops all that kind of jank. So I think Starlight Road's a pretty good card for this deck. I mean, it's it's a card you could consider putting into the side deck, and if you're going to be running Solemn Warnings, then it's definitely a card you'd want to have side deck, not main decked. You know, 6 Sam should probably be running like at least 2 Solemn Warnings, and probably instead of like maybe swords and like this card, you could replace with Solemn Warning. Like I said, Duality is also an option, although you kind of want your special summons with Grandmaster. But anyway, that's pretty much the deck. I hope you guys like it. I definitely like playing with this deck. Whenever you get a good hand, it's pretty much, you know, there's not much your opponent can do about it if you get a good hand. If you draw like 2 gateways, like a 6 Sam and a Grandmaster, it's just retarded. So yeah, like I said, hope you guys enjoyed this video. I've had quite a bit of a hiatus. I'll probably explain more of that in a Pokemon video or something. So yeah, that's about it, guys. Catch you later.